All right. Hello, friends. Welcome to another week of the video podcast. I hope you're joining me by video. If not, you can. You can still listen, of course, but whenever you're listening or watching, I suppose. But this is coming out Monday morning. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Today, I'm talking about a book I've been reading, a really, really good one. It's called A Severe Mercy by Sheldon Vanauken. And y'all, I have been completely swept up in this book. A good friend of mine recommended it to me, and I can see why, because Vanauken is a beautiful writer. He's the kind of writer that makes you lose track of time. More than once, I've actually looked at for my morning reading, and I've realized that I was suddenly like 20 minutes behind schedule. My coffee appointment was coming quickly, and the day had already started, but I had been just sucked into the story that felt larger than my own. And to me, that's part of what makes a story worthwhile. So it just lifts you for a while into something grand and beautiful. It gives you language for things you already knew but hadn't yet put to words. And that's this book. A Severe Mercy tells the story of Sheldon and his late wife Davy and their journey toward Christianity. Early in the book, they are at Oxford reading some of the greats, C.S. Lewis, Augustine, Chesterton, and others. And as of yet, they are not Christians, but they are beginning to realize that Christianity is not a small thing to be lightly accepted or rejected. It's not a nice addition to an otherwise respectable life. It's either true, and therefore it is the most important truth in the world, or it is categorically false. He writes, "It is not possible to be incidentally a Christian. The fact of Christianity must be overwhelmingly first or nothing. This suggests a reason for the dislike of Christians by nominal or non-Christians. Their lives contain no overwhelming firsts, but many balances." No overwhelming firsts, but many balances. Whew, that is a piercing description of modern life, is it not? And if we're honest, it may describe the way that a lot of us handle our finances. We believe in Jesus. We love the Lord. We want to be faithful. We want our lives to reflect the truth we confess. But then we look at our financial lives and we find a long list of balances, a balance between generosity and comfort, a balance between stewardship and convenience, a balance between conviction and performance, a balance between wanting to honor God and not wanting to ask too many questions about what we own or our financial decisions. A balance between all that I have belongs to the Lord, and I sure hope my portfolio does well. And listen, I say this as a fellow traveler. I feel the weight of this as well. Most of us aren't trying to be careless with money. Not the people I'm talking to anyway. They're not trying to ignore the Lord. Okay. They're certainly not trying to fund things that work against their convictions. But, my friends, are good intentions really enough? At some point, love compels us to look. Love for the Lord, love for our neighbor, love for the people affected by the companies we own, the products we support, the systems we fund, and the businesses that we profit from. Because if Christianity is overwhelmingly first, then it cannot remain sealed off from our investment accounts, our giving, our spending, our estate planning, our insurance decisions, or our cash flow. Now, that does not mean that every decision becomes more complicated. Okay. In fact, it may mean the opposite. Your next step may be very, very simple. Look at what you own. Look at what your investments are funding. Look at whether your financial life is shaped more by habit and fear and convenience, or by faith and conviction and truth. You do not have to figure everything out this week. Okay. You definitely don't. But you can take one honest step. I would put this in the link below if I had an option to link down there, but you can find it in the newsletter. Go to thegoodinvestor.com. There's a portfolio screening tool, or you can visit Inspire Insights screening tool as well. Just type in a ticker from your portfolio. Just have a look. Because once you see, you cannot unsee. And that's not a bad thing. It may in fact be a mercy. Right? It may be the beginning of a more integrated life where faith is not just a category among many, but the first thing, right, that rightly orders all the rest. Oh, there we go. Careful there. Yeah, personally, I think Sheldon was right, that it is not possible to be incidentally a Christian. The question is whether we're willing to let that truth reach all the way down to our money. And if you're listening to this, you probably feel strongly that it is. So I'd encourage you to take a look and then let me know what you find. Till next time, have a great week.